Good evening. Welcome to the Portage Lakes Joint Vocational School District regular meeting for the month of February. Mr. Wright, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Chinaki?
Here.
Mr. Cohen?
Here.
Mr. Fowler?
Here.
Mr. Hercules?
Here.
Mr. Hofer?
Here.
Mrs. McGraw?
Here.
Ms. Terry?
Here.
Mr. Jividen?
Here.
Mr. Campbell?
Here. Would you all please rise and join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the back corner there.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, any visitors' comments? Any visitors that would like to comment, just raise your hand and we'll get to you. And if not, then we will move on with the treasurer's report and recommendations. Mr. Wright.
Thank you. Item number 1 is a recommendation to approve the minutes of the organizational and regular meeting of January 19th, 2023 as presented.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, Mr. Hofer. And Mr. Wright.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Mr. Jividen?
Yes.
Mr. Chinaki?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Fowler?
Yes.
Mr. Hercules?
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw?
Yes.
Ms. Terry?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Motion passes. Item number 2 is a recommendation to approve the financial reports, check register, bank reconciliation, and comparative financial report for the month of January 2023 as presented, subject to audit.
So moved.
Second.
Who was the first one? Sorry.
Mr.
Oh.
Cohen.
I hardly saw your lips move. I'm sorry. Mr. Hercules. Mr. Wright.
Mr. Cohen.
Yes.
Mr. Hercules.
Yes.
Mr. Chinaki.
Yes.
Mr. Fowler.
Yes.
Mr. Hofer.
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw.
Yes.
Ms. Terry.
Yes.
Mr. Jividen.
Yes.
Mr. Campbell.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item number 3 is a recommendation to approve a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Summit County Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the Summit County Fiscal Office as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you. And this is the standard, we need the money that we're collecting, basically.
Basically, so last month we talked about the tax budget which shows the need for the tax revenue for the taxes that have already been passed. And then this document is what the Summit County Budget Commission produces to show the estimates of what those tax rates are going to raise in tax revenue.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Call the roll, please.
Mrs. McGraw?
Yes.
Mr. Fowler?
Yes.
Mr. Chinaki?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Hercules?
Yes.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Ms. Terry?
Yes.
Mr. Jividen?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
That concludes the treasurer's section.
One thing real quick, want to mention the pipeline, or we want
Sure.
to wait till new business?
well,
That's kind of like ancient business.
Yeah, we can talk about it here. The Lorain County Auditor's appeal to the Ohio Board of Revisions, I believe. No, the Ohio Tax Commissioner was dismissed last week. So that was the only action out there that was holding up settlements coming to school districts and local governments related to the Nexus Pipeline's negotiated settlement. If you remember, several months ago, we had talked about how Nexus had appealed basically evaluation they had already provided to the tax commissioner. And as a result, there was a settlement agreement entered, and Nexus is supposed to have evaluation now somewhere in the neighborhood of 58 to 60% of the original estimate that they themselves had actually provided as far as the valuations on their pipeline. Everybody signed off on that except for Lorain County, who appealed it. That stopped the process in its tracks. Now Lorain County has been dismissed in that case, so now that agreement can move forward. I reached out to Summit County for estimates. Those aren't available yet. And I've been told that we can expect to receive a settlement on the catch-up dollars for the prior 3 or 4 years. In our next settlement, our next settlement would be in the fall. So that looks like the timeline at this point in time. If there's any change to that, I'll let you know.
Is there an estimate of how much that settlement might be?
They haven't provided that.
We
And
don't, like, idea.
I think it's less than 100,000. I believe it's less than 100,000. I did that estimate about a year ago, and at that point in time, the number I came up with was maybe as high as 90,000, but I actually think it's going to be less than that. So.
But we have been collecting the yearly piece that has
Correct.
not been under appeal.
Yes, so Nexus has been paying the uncontested amount all along. So we have been receiving that.
Gotcha. And that's.
Do you know how long they'll be paying that? How long is the scheduled fee for their payments? Is it continuous, or is it?
I believe it's set once forever.
Okay.
I believe so.
I think aren't they depreciating it over
So-
the first 7 years, and then it gets to like a baseline or?
So public utilities all depreciate
Right.
as part of just the way the taxation works. So my understanding is that it was part of that, part of the natural depreciation schedules, but I suppose it's possible. I'll look a little closer at what that agreement actually
Okay.
is. But public utility personal property does depreciate every year, so.
Yeah, I just remember when Green was doing it, one of the things they said was that it would depreciate, it would be a pretty substantial payment, depreciate over 7 or 12 years or something like that,
Okay.
down to a finite, or to a final level, not to zero, but
To a base.
then that would continue on.
The-
But, you know.
I'm sorry.
No.
The tax rates and the tax dollars at stake in comprehensive districts are astronomically larger than were at stake here. So while we have been involved and while we have paid
Right.
attention, we didn't have millions and millions of dollars at stake like your districts might have.
And I think Tuslaw and some of those, they're a little bit farther south. Yeah, okay. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Mrs. Britt?
Yes, sir. I'd like to call Mrs. Amy Eibel to the stand to talk about the lovely artwork that you have seen tonight on your way in.
Hi. What am I talking into, this or this?
Yes.
Just making sure. Okay, so thank you so much. My name's Amy Eibel, and I'm the Design, Communications, and Marketing Instructor here at the Portage Lakes Career Center. And we recently had several students win Scholastic Art Awards for our region. Our region is the Northeast Central Ohio region. It's hosted at Kent State University Stark Campus, and it includes Summit, Wayne, Medina, Stark, Tuscarawas, Portage, Carroll, and Holmes counties. So quite a few school districts in that region. And the way that competition works is students are awarded a gold key, a silver key, or an honorable mention. Gold key is like a first place, silver key is like a second place, and honorable mention speaks for itself. Students who are awarded a gold key, their work will advance to the national competition, which takes place in New York in the spring here, usually in March. And we were fortunate to have 13 gold key recipients, 16 silver key recipients, and 77 honorable mention recipients this year. And this is to my knowledge, this is the first year that we've participated. But I'm super proud of the students. We have a couple students here in attendance who could clear their schedule. So Alyssa Davis and Laura Boomer, would you please stand and wave? Thank you. And you can enjoy their artwork. It is lining the hallway here. And so we're looking forward to the awesome work that they continue to do in the future. I've also provided you with a program from this year's award ceremony, so you can see how we stack up with respect to the other schools that participated in our region. And if you ever have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Eibel. And who provided the treats?
Yes, and thank you to the Culinary Arts Program because they provided the cookies for our lovely little reception.
Awesome. Thank you very
Can I
much.
ask a quick question?
Yeah, we have a question here for you.
I'm sorry, just a quick question. I'm sorry.
Get out of the way.
Not so fast.
When is the New York competition? What?
It typically takes place toward the second half of March. I feel like I get the email when I'm on spring break, usually, and then I come back and inform students. But should students win at the national level, their work is exhibited in a show in New York City, and the award ceremony takes place in Carnegie Hall. It's really awesome. I've had 3 students win previously and get to have that experience, and it is just really, really cool. And their work is exhibited at the New School in New York City, which is a big, very well-known design program, so.
Wow. And this is like for schools, not just career centers. I mean, this is like,
Oh, yeah, to my knowledge, I think
Yeah,
we
I
might be
just
the
kinda like
only
one of those light bulb
career
moments,
center.
like,
There are some other
there's a ton of
career-type
schools.
programs that
Yeah.
participate, but yeah,
We're the only center.
it's for 7th through 12th grade students.
wow.
So,
And we have 13 moving on?
yeah, we have 13 advancing to the national competition.
That's awesome. I mean, that's.
Yeah, they are. We have some
Like, suddenly
amazing
it's-
students here. They are very talented.
Very cool.
Thank you.
And
Yes, and Mrs. Eibel does a very nice job. It's very thorough and helps us all over the school with all sorts of things. Some of them new that you're seeing here that help for some of our recruitment, et cetera. So congratulations, students. You guys have done a great job. I want to introduce our students of the month. Thank you for those of you that were able to attend. Again, it's so difficult with the schedules of all of our students, and we do not hold it against them for not showing up by any means. But I do want to mention their names, and if you are here, stand up and come on up closer. Madison Butler, culinary from Springfield. Mrs. Olahan, who is our front of house, nominated Madison for her ability to be quick to volunteer and to pay attention to not only what is going on, but to help coach fellow students while in the chaotic kitchen. So congratulations to Madison. I believe she was unable to attend. Next, we have Jordan Looney. Jordan, come on, you can come on up. Jordan is in our welding program from Coventry, and Mr. Mariana is very proud of Jordan. Jordan is a leader in the classroom and the welding lab. He completes all tasks on time and with great skill. He helps everyone in the shop all of the time. His fabricating skills are among the top in the class. Jordan is a motivated student, and he brings this class to the next level. Those are some pretty kind words. So congratulations. Next, we have Riley Carr. I don't believe Riley was able to attend either. And interestingly enough, if him and Jordan were standing beside each other with their hats on, they look like they're twins. So calling people down the hall and saying congratulations, and I say the wrong name, and it makes me feel. But anyhow, Riley's from the Fire Academy from Green, and Mrs. Forrest, one of our academic instructors, actually had nominated Riley when we had gone through the lockdown, and he exhibited some extraordinary leadership during that time. That's been a while, and she renominated him, and I said, did you know you nominated him before? And she said, yes, but I have more to say. So she had talked about his effort in the classroom. It's quite long because she's an English instructor, so, but congratulations to Riley as well. Next, we have Lawrence Bud Pugh, and Lawrence is out on placement, and I wanted to read some of the words that came from the last report from Mrs. Combs and some of his workers. Bud is doing an outstanding job. He is a very hard worker, and he asks for additional hours and additional hands-on learning whenever he can. Also, from the Career Pathway Specialist, Bud is very professional and is an exemplary school-to-work placement student. he has had to overcome great adversity this year with learning how to work around his football injury. The challenge of limited mobility has helped him grow as a person, an excavator operator, and all-around good student. So very kind words. A lot of work that was done around the school. This face was always in the front and telling you what was going on. And one of those students that can have a good time, but also knows when to get serious and when it's time to work. So that's an honor. So congratulations. But they're not off that easy. Let's see what they had to say on their surveys. Jordan. Some of the hobbies for Jordan. Jordan enjoys landscaping, working out, riding four-wheelers, and welding. Makes sense? If you could be an animal for a day, what would he be and why? I would be a dog because I could be there for my human. If I were stuck on a desert island, who would you want to be stuck with and why? I would want to be stuck there with my stepdad because he is all around wise. So, a little bit about Jordan other than a hardcore welder. Bud, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? Bora Bora, which just, but I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting Bora Bora, but that's why I put this survey out. If you could be an animal for a day, what would you be and why? A panda. Seems like a fun day. If you were stuck on a desert island, who would you want to be stuck with and why? Not sure it's appropriate to use your instructor's first name, but he chose Mr. Patton. He is the greatest worker there is, and that is his lab instructor. So congratulations, guys. Congratulations to the others that couldn't show up and to all the art award winners. We have very special students here. Thank you.
Before I have the students go, because I know they want to work on their homework, I do want to publicly thank Mr. Pugh for the work that you did for one of our students. And it was greatly appreciated in a time of need, and you were right there when we asked. So thank you very much. Okay, so students, you can go. Or you can stay for the meeting.
I'm speaking next, you will not want to stay.
So, good evening, everybody. I'll make this quick, as I always try to. I'll just give you an update on the numbers, which I know are very dry, and which I do each time, but that's a tough act to follow with those awesome students. So, right now, we are at 170, a total for the year. So we recently started a new phlebotomy program and 2 new nail technician programs. So that has, pardon the pun, phlebotomy, added a little lifeblood into our programs. And you'll notice too, as you're here in the evenings on Thursday, that we do have quite a bit more going on than we used to. You'll be walking by the nail technician classroom. You'll see a lot of students coming and going from phlebotomy. Tonight they are doing blood draws, so if you notice anyone staggering and falling, please alert someone immediately. And we have welding and HVAC and an esthetician aesthetics class as well. And tonight is our open house, essentially, our spa evenings for the aesthetics and the nail tech program. So you'll also see some of the public in here in the evening as well. So it's a nice use of the building in the evening, and we're hoping to ramp that up a little bit more. Additionally, the phlebotomy program this particular semester was about 3 students when we started. We did not want to cancel that class, so what we did was we went ahead and looked at our pre-nursing and our medical technician program in the high school. And we said, hey, we have spots, would you like to try? And they said yes. So we have 4 high school students currently in our adult ed phlebotomy program doing incredibly well. 2 weeks ago, I had one of them draw blood in both of my arms, and she did an exceptional job, although bless her, she was very nervous. But she did a fabulous job. They're doing very well, and that's just another use of adult ed. And hopefully we'll see more of that. I don't know if you are aware of some legislation. I'm sure all of you know about College Credit Plus, but there is currently a lot of talk about College Credit Plus, but in the Ohio Technical Centers. So that would apply to our adult ed programs and would be a good use of those adult ed seats. So we'll keep you posted on that as things progress, but we're very excited about that. For next year, we already have a potential of 109 signed up. The number seems higher, which is great, but I don't want to mislead anybody. We are offering 2 nursing programs next year. Last year, we were mid-cycle of a pre-nursing program. The part-time program was mid-cycle. So this year, we'll ramp up 2 at the same time, which has the potential for 100. So our numbers will obviously be a bit bigger. So again, 109 for next year already. We are absolutely thrilled with that, but my goal has been 175 and graduating 175 for a long time. I really hope I hit it and annihilate it next year, but we'll see. March 2nd and 3rd, we have a career fair coming. I just want to name drop some people for you so that you can see who the Career Center is starting to attract and frankly has attracted for several years. Altman Health Foundation will be here, Cleveland Clinic will be here, Claiborne Ford Lincoln, Summit Metro Parks, AEP, K Company, Giant Eagle, Vanderveer, Akron Zoo, Summit Clerk of Courts. I mean, there's all kinds of people coming. A nice new additional partnership, and I'm not sure if you're watching our social media posts, but this is Career Technical Education Month. Krista has done some phenomenal work online. One of the places that we've recently started a terrific partnership with is Ohio Gradings, and if you've been watching the social media, you've seen them quite a bit online. They have hired quite a few of our kids, have tagged us in quite a few of their posts, but they will be here as well. So we're looking forward to March 2nd and 3rd, and obviously looking forward to our next future year of adult ed. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Lisa. Before I dive into the agenda, I just want to make a note of a couple of items. You may have been reading that Career Tech has a significant amount of money that may be available to us for construction or renovation. They're saying $300 million, and there are 62 career centers in the state. So we're hoping that that could be divided with us a little bit. And certainly on the table, besides some behind-the-scenes renovations, would be the opportunity to renovate our welding lab. We have a fabulous welding lab, but it is in significant need of upgrades. And so we'd really like to take that to a state-of-the-art program. We fill the program at the high school and we fill it in adult ed, and it's just time to make that happen. In addition, a project that I have adopted is dental assistant, and that would be a significant investment, but if we have that money, I would want us to be able to utilize that amount of money. And we'll keep an eye out for that. I have a meeting the 1st of March to begin some conversations, and so they've asked for us to have shovel-ready projects, so we'll be working on that so that we can be ready when they give us the money. Last week I received an email from Ohio School Boards Association, of which you are all members of here at PLCC and at your home districts. So this one is to say that they have appointed Mr. Campbell to receive the 2023 OSBA Service Award. The Service Award is a district award and is part of our STAR Awards program, Service, Training, Aptitude, Recognition. What I want to point out is there are over 3,500 school board members in Ohio and only 52 are appointed. So I'm very pleased to see that you've been recognized. So congratulations. I'm sure he's not happy I said that. So I'll dive into the agenda now. All right, employment. We are hiring the same person to be a sub for us at the high school level in case we have a need for a safety coordinator during the day and in the evening at night. Sergeant Edgar Beveridge Jr. Interviewed very nicely, and we look forward to the opportunity if we should need him. So I'm recommending that the board approve the employment contract listed above.
Do I have those two?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chinaki.
Second.
And Mr. Cohn. Mr. Wright.
Mr. Chinaki?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Fauser?
Yes.
Mr. Hercules?
Yes.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw?
Yes.
Ms. Terry?
Yes.
Mr. Jividen?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item number 3, We're adding a substitute custodian maintenance to our list. It's very tough to find substitutes, and we are looking forward to onboarding this new substitute in our custodial maintenance group. So I'm recommending that the board approve this employee for the 22-23 substitute list.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hofer.
Second.
And thank you, Mr. Jividen. Mr. Wright.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Mr. Jividen?
Yes.
Mr. Chinaki?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Fauser?
Yes.
Mr. Hercules?
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw?
Yes.
Ms. Terry?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item number 4, a donation from Huth Ready Mix and Supply Company of 8 cubic yards limestone concrete, estimated at a value of $1,216. We are greatly appreciative of that, and I recommend that the board approve that donation.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hofer.
Second.
And thank you, Mr. Fauser. Mr. Wright.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Mr. Fauser?
Yes.
Mr. Chinaki?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Hercules?
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw?
Yes.
Ms. Terry?
Yes.
Mr. Jividen?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Motion passes.
And my last item is another donation. It's a monetary donation for the Festival of Lights. So please approve this recommendation.
I have a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr.
Second.
Hercules. Or I'm sorry, Mr. Chinaki, Mr. Hercules. Thank you. Mr. Wright.
Mr. Chinaki?
Yes.
Mr. Hercules?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Fauser?
Yes.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw?
Yes.
Ms. Terry?
Yes.
Mr. Jividen?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Motion passes.
That's it. Thank you. Under new business, do we have any new business to discuss? I think thank you for the lighter version of the printed minutes and things. I think anybody have any issues reviewing anything on the blue sky, right? And by the way, our district is looking at that blue sky
good.
as well. So I don't know if what everybody uses, but it's pretty simple.
Springfield uses it.
Yeah, it's pretty. Seems like a pretty.
Are still handwritten?
Yeah, just about. I think it's with a chisel and a hammer sometimes. It's kind of going. But all right, no other new business with the board members are informal. We'll start with Mr. Cohen this evening.
Well, I was kind of blown away by all of the students that contributed to the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. That was pretty impressive, and going up against a lot of just, very large districts and high schools. So it's a credit to the art teacher and credit to all the students, and it's pretty cool. And congratulations to Mr. Campbell. I had no idea. That is a tremendous honor and extremely well-deserved.
Thank you. Mr. Hofer.
Thank you. Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you.
Being in those shoes before, that takes a lot of work, so congratulations on that. For the board members, I've sent you all a update for legislation update. Go through it, read it. That's interesting. The things are happening at the State House. Mark your calendars for March 21st. It's sponsored by OSBA. Meet your state legislature, House Representative and Senator. So it'd be a good day to go down and pitch the beliefs of what we need in public education and in career tech.
Thank you, Mr. Hofer. Mr. Jividen.
Congratulations to all the students in the art program, and Mr. Campbell, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was all.
All right. Mr. Hercules.
What a difference between, public education and career center education and how the state treats you. They're telling you have shovel-ready projects to go, and we're fighting to get the money they promised us. So I suppose it's a testament to how much we need the technical people more or equal to the professionals at this point in history, and how we need to start pushing kids towards that. So congratulations, Bob, and congratulations to all the artists, and I hope you're able to do great things with the money. I hope the state passes that, and I hope we're able to do great things with it here.
Ms.
I just
McGraw.
want to congratulate the kids that submitted all this creativity. I'm a creative person, and I look at that and I'm in awe of what they get to do being 17, 18 years old, and the way they look at things and over and under and through and everything. I'm so glad they have a teacher, they have a program that facilitates looking at things just a little bit differently and also celebrates the fact that those of us who are slightly, creative and nerdy and genius and all of that, we get a little bit of kudos too for being able to see the world like that. So we need numbers and people too. The creative people just need to be let out a little bit.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was extremely impressed with some of the submissions there, and overheard a couple of the students talking, and one of them was saying, "I can't believe this won a silver key," and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, the humility that they had and the grace that they had, just looking at their own artwork, it was just incredible, with some really, really impressive things. And congrats to Mr. Campbell. Not a surprise at all with the efforts and hard work that you put in our district, and really, really appreciate all that you do for PLCC and for Green, obviously. And then finally, want to plug a little bit, Neon Lime Spring Menu starts on March 7th. I got that email and highlighted it and added it to the calendar, so I'm excited and looking forward to that, and really, really impressed with the facility and the staff.
Mr. Fauser.
I always am amazed with I enjoy the guys getting up, the children getting up and talking, and I love the ideas of who they would like to be with, or what they would like to do, and all those things, and it gives the other side of those students and where they come from and what all they are interested in, other than the rote memorization, etc. And it goes back to the talented, like Ms. McGraw mentioned, that it's that other side of the brain that's working there. And so on that, I was looking through all the people with the art degrees, and did you notice how many writers we have? Did anybody look at the number of writers? I mean, they've got like 5 of them back here in the back, and that it's a shame that we aren't stressing in that area too, because there's imagination and that side of the brain working in the writing fields also. And you stop and look at the authors and the things that go on with Tolkien, all the way down to the different people that come up with all these space invaders and all those type of things, and how they put all that together, and they have to have those scripts and how they write those things. And I think if the kids end up getting into those things, and again, there needs to be that push. And as Ms. McGraw says, we need that push. And that's what we're here for, to give them that ability, or that chance to do those things. And again, give that kid a chance.
For sure.
And congratulations, Bob,
thank you.
for all those things that you've done for us and them.
Ms. Terry.
Speaking of social media, you guys shared all the kids that opened their boxes, Springfield and all those, and to see some of those kids actually move to tears, that's pretty amazing. My son's a freshman, and he was like, "What's going on?" And it piques his interest of what's going on. So congratulations to all those kids that receive their boxes and are pretty excited to come on up here. So.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that too. Yeah.
I should have said too, congratulations to Mrs. Eibel. Is that Eibel?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she has a big influence on those students, for that many of them to perform that well. So she's probably deserving of a congratulations too.
For sure, for sure. And yeah, thanks, Ms. Terry, for mentioning that, because I sent something to Kim where we had a couple clips from the box day or whatever.
I got accepted.
Openings, there we go. The acceptance boxes. Yeah. And it was kind of fun to watch, and then it was really fun to watch when you turn the volume all the way up. And it was just like, it was squealing, and it's just like, oh my gosh. And it kind of goes into what I kind of wanted to mention as well, is that, Mr. Hercules, you mentioned that, the money that they're putting towards the CTE and all that kind of stuff, and it feels like maybe that group had been left behind a little bit. And I think they're starting to realize, wow, there is like a deep well of talent that can be doing things other than, adding numbers and doing all that kind of stuff. That takes all the conceptual stuff and makes it happen and that kind of stuff. And I'm glad they're recognizing that and coming forward. And I think that I think we've experienced it here at PLCC as CTE comes more to the forefront. I think it also forces the schools to be thinking forward and ahead, and those that were just thinking along the same lines of kind of holding the wheel, so to speak, of, well, we'll just do automotive, we'll just, all these, the basic things. And their labs kind of got behind, and the creativity kind of like just vanished. And Mrs. Redmond, you and your staff, when you came, I think, from day one, thinking that, oh, we could do, once you saw what was here, you realize how much better, like we could do so much better. And it's just been, it's been this crazy ride, and it's been awesome. Mr. Clark, I have to say that I whispered to Mr. Wright, hey, what happened to the animal on the island, for crying out loud? So you kind of duped me on that, but I like you mixing that up a little bit. So, especially I think the explanation of the ATV and other than the hard-shelled welder or something like that, so that was pretty awesome too. But it really feels like, that this is, we're not like just infant growth. This is really starting to bubble up, and it's really starting to take notice. And,
It's our time.
And and I think we have a great team in place, and the recognition, I appreciate that, but like I've said before, it's like our job is easy when we pick the right people, and then we just do exactly what we're supposed to do, and that's just get the heck out of the way. And I think we have the team in place. So congratulations to you guys too.
It's also for us to be an advocate at our school to say this is an important part. When I saw the list of everybody, so my son's a sophomore this year, and I know most of those kids. At least I've had them in classes or whatever. Some of them are in band, and I was like, oh, fantastic. She really wanted this, and she really wanted this. And I talked to her mom, and I talked to her dad, and they're like, what do you know about the Portage State Career Center? I'm like, I know lots about the Portage State Career Center, and I'm a big advocate for it. So it was super cool to see the list and see who was on it, and knowing that these kids are super excited about being here for next year. So yeah, and I like the hype of it and the just anticipation of it. It's super cool.
Yeah, that's Krista's design. So
good job.
And to piggyback off of what she's saying, I'm in the older set, and I was looking through who the teachers are, all those people. And I've got 7 of those that I had in class, and I was chemistry and physics. And then here I've got these art kids.
Oh, cool.
Art kids that are now teaching.
Yeah.
The Aurora, Sean Barrett and stuff. I mean, you can see his I think it's his father or his sister's name. It's under another one. But Sean was always one in class that had those abilities, and I let him do his posters and stuff, and he would do his posters for how the atom is working and stuff, and he'd have this big explosion and stuff there. And it's great to allow those kids to do what they want to do. And like we said, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Is to let those kids go and have them show what they can do without having you do this.
And last but not least, Mrs. Trimity, for adding to go outside of kind of the phlebotomy. Is that how you pronounce it? I never know how to pronounce that. Outside of that, I was going to say outside of that vein, but outside of that box a little bit to say, hey, why not ask some high school students if they're interested in that? We have the space, so and 4 of them jumped in, and I think that's, again, another one of those went from a handful a year ago of adult ed might be this thing that we just do away with, to now it's just like, oh my gosh, we're going to have to find more space. So, and if that's the case, then just keep going. We'll find the space. Anyways, that's all I have. And with that, do I have a motion to adjourn? Or obviously, all those in favor? Can we just say aye on that? Do we have the motion?
Well, do a motion in second.
I moved.
She moved. Thank you. Second? Mr. Fauser?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. See you March 16th. We're the second Thursday.